Buttons working, buttons working. Yes. Well, that one's not working, but the rest are. Okay, yeah, that'd be fine. Alright. I'm back with another video. Another, this one's gonna be as the title's gonna say, or clickbait and such. This is gonna be a little information about builds. So, I've been seeing a lot of people on Reddit and then on the comments on YouTube, and as every MMO goes, you know, everybody types in Google like, what's the best build, and then etc etc. So yeah, Toram is kind of unique that there isn't one set build, even though we have a party-based team, kind of. So, as a lot of people would probably go, they would probably go for a DPS, survivable DPS, and not a full-on tank or a full-on heal, not heal, a support. Because we do have those classes. No, not those classes, those skill line. And then there are only it wouldn't be exactly a class set, but more like a starting class, starting. Yeah, I guess we just call it as a starting class. Yeah. So, I would just call it our starting weapon. So, but to be more specific, so you start off in not here. This is Toram. Let's go back to Iruna. You start off in Sofia City. When you start off there, you start with whatever weapon you had chosen during the character creation. So, and you would come over here. This is where you usually start off, right here in this area, and whatever weapon you have. That person started off with the katana and stuff. So from here, you shouldn't look at a build. Once you start the game, you shouldn't look at what you should make in a build, but what are the possibilities of the build you want. So, for example, my build, I'm using katana, but my katana build is not the same as everybody. No, as about 95 to 90% of the people out there who have made katana builds, my build is a little bit different. So for example, I'm using the milk chocolate churro that you get during, I believe it was White Day, back in February or March. I think it's February because White Day was right after Valentine's. So that's when you I was able to get. I did not do the event this year. I completely forgot about it. So that would really suck if they had an upgraded version of the chocolate churro. That would suck, and I would have to wait another year. But this is my build is based around this weapon. So that's my build. Now I want to specify it's based around this weapon. A lot of builds aren't based around weapons. They're based around either a stat or a set damage. So for example, the stat. Literally a good 99% of the builds out there, the base stat that they recommend would be the crit. So from crit damage to crit rate, this is what they recommend. And then there's the secondary, which is either agility. At me, it's agility. For most people, it's magic. And then there's strength. So just whatever is your main stat. Then the main damage. Yeah. So this is we'll be back to it will be how much damage you can do in this in either a certain amount of time or just how much damage you can do with one hit. In one hit, that's practically a bow build, but other than that, everything else is pretty much how long it'll take to kill something. But I'm showing my build just to say I made my build according to how I like. And I'm also showing it and talking about it because we're still currently going with the reset event, which doesn't end until next month, I believe. Right? Let me check here. Okay. You will not be able to see this because I don't have something to record over. So take a look at here and see. And because I'm looking at the Toram information list side on the Google, and you're not going to be able to see this, but check how long we have the campaign for. Yeah, so the reset event is started on the 25th this month, which is like what, 2 days ago, and it's gonna end on next month on the 1st. So we still have a long ways. Still have a long ways, but from there, From there, I'm making it because I looked and I saw that a lot of things have changed. A lot of skills line ended up changing. Things that got buffed and things that got debuffed. Things that got better. Stuff like that. So, and I was like, oh my god, I could finally. Well, I'll probably have to wait until I do the until next year until I can do the next white event. But right now I was like, oh, I could finally do the milk churro, the chocolate churro. I could finally make it kind of good. So, but yeah, so I'm getting off track. This is supposed to be a build. So a build will usually consist between the weapon you want and the stat you want. So, and as I have just said, my build is around my weapon. And my weapon is the milk churro, the milk chocolate churro. As you can see here, why I like it. It is still the best katana out there among, I think, probably top 5. I can't remember. There was a lot of others that was up there. It was P Avatar. I think P Avatar had a katana. I'm not even sure. I know she had a great sword. So, and I'm not going with sub weapon. I could, but I'm not. I'm still running some tests on that. I mean, it seems like I might be able to get more damage out of it. But so you see my equipment here. I also have ran this and the robust. No, not you. This the robust. So and you're looking at this like, how do you make this build? How do you make a build or similar build? I'm saying don't, because you see this right here. You see these two. That's expensive. Not only is it expensive, you see plus S right there. That's even more expensive too. Secondly, you can't get this weapon anymore. Not until next year. This is an event weapon. Seasonal. Not seasonal, no, yeah, a yearly event. Adventure's garb. You can actually just get this whenever. Love letter. Actually, I don't know where this drops. I actually just bought this off the market. It was like 30 mil. So I got this off the market because I was like, oh shit, love letter hat. Was this from the this might be from the event. It might be from the white event or the Valentine's event. One of those. The love letter. That sounds like something you would have during the Valentine's Day. So, and then the robust. I actually just bought this. I bought the it had one slot and then it had one slot. It didn't have any of the Krista in it yet. So I bought it. I installed the second slot and then bought the Krista for it. So yeah, but a build would take a long time to make, and it is very expensive to make. So you need to, if you want to make a proper, not proper, but a good build, you need some time and make some spina. Unless you're in a guild and they're willing to help out, or you have a friend that's been playing for a long time, an OG friend. But I highly doubt the new players, you new players have, or at least know any OG in the game. So, oh, there's also this too, the avatar as well. Yeah, because also you use this to increase my damage. Gotta remember that. And then my stats. So there's all this, tap to show, so you should already know what to do. You go click on it to see what you want, how good they are. I know that's not what I want. And then the build character. My weapon is based around agility. The higher agility I have, the more damage I'll do. So I put everything that I could into agility. Note, a lot of people will say they will actually show you the end game stat, but I'm telling you, don't look at the end game stat at the moment. Look at your capped, because you are capped at 500. I'm over 500, but you are capped at 500 until you meet a certain level and get past the 500 mark. Once you get past the 500 mark, and then the limit cap comes off, and then you're able to go past 250. So, because I think the max was like 253, 252. It was somewhere around there. And that's where you cap at the stats. So, and this that's where I would say, look at your primary stat for your build. What do you want for your main stat? Max that out to past 250 until you can no longer go anymore. And then your secondary stat is what you want. Your second stat would be either more HP, or you want to continue doing more damage, or do more attack speed or casting speed. Or if you're not interested in any of that, there's also the this bottom one, which is your personal stat, which is there is the tech build, which is like crafting. It's easier to craft. There is the crit chance, the crit hit, which allows you to get more crits. There is the I think it was called mentality, something like that. Where is the status element resist? Very fantastic. There's also the luck stat as well, which you can use that. A lot of people do like that stat, but then it does come at a cost, because but a lot of people do like it. So the luck stat actually boosts drop rates, and you can max that up to 250. Around 250, or if you want to keep continuing, just do like an entire luck, and then you get like not 415, no, not you get like 410, 49, 409, something like that. So, and then this right here is not your max stat. Your max stat's like, if I was to put in more, I would have maybe 420 on agility, maybe more. But that's I'll go over that later. There's a reason why I don't have max, so I'll go over that. But as you can see, I have agility 410. My equipment, my weapon, my attack speed at 11,694, and that is without any of the buffs. Any of the buffs from the skill line that a lot of players that will say, hey, if you want to make this build and hit this certain speed, you need all this buff. Yeah, you don't need it at the moment. Yeah, there are stuff to boost it. So it's just kind of costly and it does take time. And then my skill. You can see right here, I have these plus this, and then these down here. Not this. This is emotes. And I'll show you my skills. First, my star gem. I have MP charge. I have XP because I'm not at max level yet. I'm still missing one more level. I have drop rate because why not? And I have HP boost and MP boost. Now, for every build you're gonna make, I do recommend getting both of these. If you cannot get both of these off the market, you can go ahead and get it through the survivor skill. And do note, it will not double. Look, it will not double. So it only counts as the skill, not a skill additive. It's better to get on Star Gem because you don't have to waste 5 points here and another 5 here. That was like a total of 10 wasted points. I'm getting text. Okay, yeah. So it's 10 points here, and there's like another 10 here, and then another 10 here. So that's like a total of 20 for me. Yeah, I don't want that. So I can just get the star gem and get there. So star gems will greatly help you in making your build, since this is pretty much a shortcut to getting a free skill without having to spend your skill points. And I have it all level 10 because I bought these two at level 10, and I just bought these at level 1 and just bought a bunch of level 1s and leveled them up all the way to 10. If you don't have that, you can just create a star gem right here. Not this, but right here, use 100. So, and then you can click how to get here, and you can see the list of what you can get of all the stuff. So, and then this is all the star gems I own that I have used for my builds. Not this, you can no longer get this, you have to buy off the market. Which I would say, if you can get this, this would be great for your build. For anyone's build. Oh my god, did it? Oh wait, no. So, but yeah. And then for me, and then the other skills that do not require star gem for me, for my build, do want it? Yeah, let's go with Qatar. Yeah, so for me, this is my setup for the katana. You don't need to max this to 10. This is kind of useless. You only need like 1 unless you don't want this. You just need this to be 1. If not, you can just buy the star gem at level 1. Also, this right here, the battle skills will help you greatly. So this boosts your attack, this boosts your defense, dodge and accuracy right here. This is crit rate, and this is your magic. So what else did I have? Alright, and then there's certain skills where you want them for your build, but they're expensive. For example, the dark power. You cannot get this through the library. You have to buy it off the market or wait for the event to come back, and you do the event and get the book. Which the event is only once a year, so to a lot of people they can't do the event or it's too hard, which is understandable because getting the ninja skill book was very hard at the time. It's easy now, but it was very hard. And it was pretty long too. It was not one short kill the boss and get this. No, it was a long storyline. but the dark powers were recommended to a lot because it's powerful, very powerful. And I always recommend getting 10 on Bloody Bite, not 5 but 10. So if you're making a skill and you have money and you buy the dark power, I recommend putting 10 points into Bloody Bite. For Bloody Bite is currently, as far as I have tested, the best at HP regen. For example, and the cost is like only 1. So you actually heal. You actually damage the enemy. You'll do damage to the enemy, and then a portion of that will heal to you. So for me, it will heal, I think, either to max self or more than just half. So yeah, but builds are expensive and it takes time. But enough of that. I'm going off. I literally just went off, completely off track. But builds are. Do I even have it? No, I don't. So depending on your build. So here's a representation of what you could do with your build. Like here. So I already pulled out the 2 katana. No, not the 2 katanas. I'll pull this guy out here. My Moonlight Greatsword. Pull this bow out. It's our strongest bow. Pull this out. This. With this. I'll go ahead and pull this out too. Yeah, might as well. Is that everything? Got daggers. No, I don't have arrows. Yeah, so when you're making a build, you need a lot of things. There's an arrow. I already have a shield. And if you're watching this, you probably know that we have the new skill where you could have 2 shields, double shield. Sadly, it's kind of it's not a passive, so you can't equip 2 shields. You can only have 1, and then there's like a skill that allows you to use the same shield but on both hands, and you're pretty much practically Havel kind of way. You're tanky. You're only taking 1 damage. You're not slow, no, but you're pretty. Depending on how your build, you can either be fast or slow. So I'm gonna go to a boss and show you how a build would usually go like. But while I'm running there, I will also say this is Toram. It is a MMORPG. It is not the same as the rest of the MMOs out there, where there is a requirement for equipping certain weapons or using certain skills. So in this game, that requirement is kind of not there anymore, especially now, because you can see right here, I have this on, and to a lot of you OG players who are coming back and seeing this, you're gonna be like, how is that even possible? Or at least, why is that idiot having the knuckle skill line with the katana? I'll show you. I actually just discovered this recently, and I had to fix my build so many times just to make this right. So it was fantastic. But yeah, so you could pretty much equip any weapon. There's no requirement for a weapon. So I'm gonna show this boss because chest. I already open. So I'm gonna show you this boss because a lot of players, when they show a build, they're like, You know what? You have to go to the all these bosses, all these high level bosses, and all these difficult bosses. Like, because yes, it is understandable. You wanna, the higher the level and the higher equipment you have is you're gonna need someone more powerful to test it on. But not everybody has gotten that far. Not everybody has unlocked that boss. There are some bosses in the game that you have to unlock. And so to say, they can fight the boss if they have it, but then all of a sudden there's like, they're not able to do the damage that was shown, or they're not able to survive long enough like it was shown and stuff. So I'm gonna show Flare Vogue, because Vogue has always been a checkpoint for levels and equipment and stuff like that. So, and I'm talking about, like, this is a checkpoint from like years ago. So I'm talking about years, and it still works now, because now Vogue is no longer at one level. Now I could put them all the way over to Nightmare at 87, which is a huge amount of health. So there's that. And I believe there was a handicap I could put on myself too. It was a gem, I believe, where it made the boss even stronger and made weaker. Might have been something that no longer exists. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna show you here, show my build, and then go off with, this is what I made according to the weapon I have. I made this not according to what others had, not because of what it was best, but because I like this. So you've seen there where I was able to use all three of these skills plus my katana, even though I did not have the knuckle in here. So the gauntlets, the knuckles, so I will show that. So right now, every crucial build will actually need this. If you're if you're like me and you want to be able to stop the boss from doing a certain attack, yeah, you're gonna need this. So the martial skill, oh, this is level 1. This is level 1 martial skill, so you don't need to like buy the rest. So having level 1 is better. I just bought the whole thing because, like, why not? It's free at the moment. So like I said, a lot of OGs, if they come back and they haven't looked at this stuff in a long time like I did, I came back and I looked. Smash, Bash, and Sonic Wave, they had originally needed the knuckle to be able to use this. But now it's available to all weapons. It's just the knuckle has some extra effect if you're using the knuckles, so it has some extra effect. But you can use it with all weapons now. So which is fantastic. So, and then Shellbreak, you can do the same thing with Shellbreak. It's available for all weapons. Earthbind, available for all. I believe Triple Kick too. Yeah, Triple Kick is available to all. So is Heavy Smash, and then everything else is like, it needs some knuckles. So yeah. So if you wanna stop the boss in its tracks, so it doesn't do its move, you can use one of these. If you want to break something off the boss, you can also do it too. There's that. So to me, that helped greatly. Yeah, I'm spending 30 points on it, but like it's a well invested point. And then yeah,
But so you see my build, you see how I'm going with it. I'm not putting any of the buffs because I'm too lazy and stupid. I'm just going with what I'm able to put on and not have to build it up. So also you can see here I'm not at max level, I'm missing one more level, so stats are lower. And then I will show you the equipment. Depending on your build, your equipment matters a lot. So say you want to do katana or a ninja. There we have this now. You can do a ninja build. You can equip this and use it. And you can use the dagger skill line and the katana skill line. So then you can do this. You can do the sword with the daggers. This will do this for if you want to make a magic swordsman. There's a skill line for that. You have to buy it. It's costs like I think 1.2, 1.5 mil on the board. So, but yeah, so this is how you become a magic swordsman, or you could use the no. Let me take that back. Not become a magic swordsman. Being a magic swordsman, you require the skill. Doing it this way, where you have this dual equip, it derives off the you're still a swordsman, but you're also a mage, but it's not a complete magic swordsman because there is a skill line for it, and that skill line is far better than having this equipped. So, or you go this, have the shield. Yeah, let me actually just show it like that. Yeah, you have shield for either to tank or to do damage. The shield skill did get updated to where it's doing. You could tank more and you can actually do much more now with it. Fantastic. Also, for builds, depending on your sub weapon, doesn't do any damage, kind of saying. So all the damage would derive off the primary weapon. So to say, for the shield, I have increased defense and bonus stats. And I will say because I have it, because if you were to see the anniversary wings, the match, you can see that none of this will work. None of the stuff down here will work. So you can use the skill. You can use the skill line. That's it. Same thing with Knuckles. You can't the equipment stats, the damage, the crystal that's in it. You can't use any of that. It's completely useless. The only thing you can do is just use the skill line. So put that on. So yeah. So the the Knuckles are in the back now. Still have the sword. Weirdly enough, you could put on an arrow, but I actually have no idea what this could do because you can't even use the archer, the bow skill line, even with this, which is I think it's kind of weird, but it's there. So yeah. Then there's the dual wield. So dual wield is kind of exception to the skill line and stat requirement. So as you says, their only attack and stability will reflect on sub weapons. So to say, if you have a stat down here that says stability and attack, it will count to your build. It will count to your weapon, but everything else will not. So, and then great sword. I actually call this a Moonlight Great Sword because it kind of looks like it. It looks cool. Looks cool. Okay, so that's how that. So yeah, so there's that weapon you could use to make a build out of, and you do not have a sub weapon available because this is This is the only two-handed weapon in the game that does not have a sub weapon available. Which it is sad that we don't, but you can make it according to a skill line. Use the skills to make your build with the greatsword. Also, this is the best. Greatswords are better used for magic swordsmen. And then the staff. It's not a staff. I actually made this into a ring. You got the staff, which does, well, magic, damage. You can also equip this into the back. Yeah, so it doesn't. You can just use. Actually, this is kind of useless. I don't remember. It doesn't. It says the attack, the skill line is just kind of useless to have this on. It doesn't boost you anything. This will boost you. The shield will boost if you have a shield that gives you more magic damage, more HP, more defense, and stuff like that. It will help because you can still defend. You can also use the shield skill line as well. Same thing with this. Same thing with shield. You can use the skill line. The stats won't work here though. Daggers, also the same. And all to you, all to the weebs out there, that have read the solo leveling manual, you can actually have you can use daggers in combat, but you can actually just attack enemies with daggers now, and be able to use magic on the side. So there is that build you can go for, the Sung Jin Woo build, the solo leveling. I already forgot what his title was. The Monarch build, yeah, the Death Monarch. What was it called? I gotta go back. I haven't read it in so long. But yeah, so you can actually have that build now. You can have the daggers, use the daggers, and use magic. Now that we don't have necromancy in the game yet, we probably will at some point. I still have no idea why this is here because it doesn't really do much, as it says available with a bow. So, then there's also the halberd, which halberd is actually a two-handed weapon, but it has a specific two-handed. For it, you can only equip daggers and arrows, so which is okay, but kind of weird. Yeah, so there's also that build. Go back. Then there's the knuckle build, and from here you can actually do magic, more defense, a tanky. There's also this where you do more damage or stuff like that, the skill line. So, or if you don't want to do say, if you don't want to do sword and shield, you can do dual wielding. If you don't want to do dual wielding, you can have the daggers. And the daggers will have extra damage, extra output, stuff like that. Or if you're you want to get very creative, you could just have the sword itself. A lot of people say no, that's useless. I'd say no, that's bullshit, because we do have a skill that actually boosts that stat, and I will show you if I can go back. It's on the katana skill line. The two-handed, I believe this is a level 1, the level 1 skill, where wield the weapon with both hands. Various stats are enhanced if sub-weapon is empty. And this is just for a katana right here. And then for katana bonuses, there's that. And then, but it says available with all weapon. That said, if it says all weapon, you can use it for any weapon in the game. and not just not saying with one weapon just because it's on that skill line. You can use it for any weapon. So, and so far the stats I have noticed that it has boosted was not combo, was attack, magic attack, and hit. So attack speed and cast speed was not affected anyway. Flee was not affected. Defense and magic defense, they might, I'm not even sure, but it does affect your stats marginally. So, but there is that build as well. The build to where you only have one weapon on and no sub. Same thing with halberd. You can do the same thing with halberd. Same thing with the staff. I don't think the wings actually count. I'm not even sure. I didn't see any changes. Same with bow. Greatsword. With the exception of the greatsword, I actually have no idea about the greatsword. I haven't seen any of the changes because this doesn't have, as you said, it's unavailable, so you can't unlock that for it. So, and then there's the bow. I don't have a bow gun. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go get that. So the bow. So there's also this build, the bow build, where you have just the arrow and the bow, or if you want to be the samurai build, you could put on the katana, and yeah. Now the thing about the katana, we call it the boltana. This build is actually very specific with its build. For you could use the archer and the katana. This has range damage and melee damage. That's two. It's long range and close range. So you got two different damage. But the stats for this no longer matters. This damage right here is derived of this main weapon. Your main weapon is the damage for all of this. For all your skills and for the melee. And this is the only, the bow is the only one to actually be able to equip two main weapons. With the exception of the dual wielding. Since dual wielding you just have two swords. But with the boltana you have long range and close range. Completely different. And we call it the samurai build. But yeah, so there's that build. And then armor, what's it called? Additional and special gear. This will derive off boosting your build. So boosting the stats, boosting the equipment, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't have that. Oh man, I forgot to bring the bow gun. I'm gonna have to go get that. Right now the bow gun has changed completely. Right now it has changed completely. With the new hunter skill, we got new different builds. Do I have one here? Nope. What about here? Yes, I would just take you out. One over here. Usually no one over here. Alright. So for the bow gun, we actually now have extra builds with us now. Let's see, somewhere around here. Alright. So with the bow gun, you could do the usual builds where there's the arrow or the daggers. But now we have, yeah. So now we have, you can now make a shield. Use the shield with the bow, or you can use the wings for the with the bow and the knuckles. And the reason why I say you can now use this because the hunter skill line. Hunter skill line. This right here, this skill right here allows you. This multiple hunt is practically a sniper. Let me show you. It's practically this right here. It's practically this, but better. So, well, I wouldn't say better, but it won't do the same damage output, but it's a little bit better due to the various effects it can do. So for one, you could use it with magic device, be able to use magic. So AoE, inflict stop. You can use it with a shield, and as it says, shield to the front, you're practically holding the shield to the front and you're shooting them by the side. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, and then there's the daggers. So, I could show that. No, it's not a skill. This video isn't for a skill line show. This is a build information kind of thing. So, a build would, yeah, because I'm getting off track a lot. The build would pretty much consist of what you want to build, what kind of weapon do you want to use. Yeah, pretty much what kind of weapon you want to use. So, and from there, it would branch out to, you wanna the 3 roles you want to play. You want to play tank, DPS, or support. And I say from the weapon to the 3 roles because there is a party-based system to where you can have in party and then mercenaries. You can have a mercenary, another player controlled by AI into your team, onto your party, and they will either be an attacker for DPS or a defender for a tank. There's no support. We don't have that. That's why. The support would pretty much be you, the player. So, but yeah. So, and then from there you only got 2 party members, which is you and some random mercenary, or if you have a friend, you can look at friends mercenaries, which is free, so it doesn't cost anything. Oh, everybody's a attacker. Yeah. I have mine as a tank. You can also bring your side character. I could bring in for a tank, and I could do DPS or I could do support. So, and once you figure out your weapon, what role you want to play, and then from there there are skill lines. What skill do you need to be able to do what you want? So, and then from the skill lines, it goes to your stats. No, would that be right? Oh no, that wouldn't be right. It would go weapon first, what weapon you want to use, and then your role, and then your skills. Not skills, goddamn, your stats. So, let's say your weapon first, your role, what do you want to be, DPS, tank, or heal, support, and then it goes to your stats. And then, at the end of it, it will be your skills. So, what else? There's also, players will also say, like, the register to max this out, but they won't tell you like this will actually take a very long time. I barely play Studious Experiment because of how difficult it is to get Stardust, Star Gem Dust, stuff like that. So it is difficult. I was like, you know what? I'm really doing good with my stuff. So there's that to help you with your build. If you make a build and you don't like it, go to switch character. I believe you start off with your first character, and then you get maybe 2 or 3 extra characters you can make, and from there you can just make another character and test out from there. Yeah, it will cost a bit of spine up, but it'll be better than having to delete yours that you just spent all this time in, and you just wait until the reset event and just reset everything for free, and then be able to just have your level already, and then get some new skills, use a new different weapon, stuff like that. So if you want to make a new build, just get to a different character and do it from there. Is what I recommend. And then the last thing about it would be your level. Right? Can you see my level? Okay, well, your level. So I'm at 264. Right? Yeah, 264. Why is it not showing from here? I know it ain't an achievement. Oh, weird. Yeah, so your level. The higher your level, the more stat you're going to be able to use. So don't rush on the levels, because levels aren't everything. And I have probably always say, and will always keep saying, in Toram, your level doesn't mean as much as equipment. So because you could be level 265 and have your stats out correctly, have your skills set out correctly with all these buffs and debuffs and attacks, but if your equipment do not meet the do not meet the threshold, and then you're gonna be doing nothing. You're gonna be doing like 100 damage, 200 to these level 200 enemies that you're getting to at end game. So, because equipment does matter. What else is another thing? Oh, right. Back to stats and skills. So a lot of people you've probably seen go through the stats and skills and be like, this is how many stats you want into your into this one specific stat or stuff, and they show you like it's way over than what the usual people have or like what you have. So some of it would be from being max level 265, and some of it will be from achievements, emblems. I think it's right here. Is it this one? Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So achievements. At certain levels, you'll get more 5 stat points each. At every 10 level. So those are extra free stat points up there. Don't look at that, that's actually in the future. I had that in my previous video, which, interesting enough, it is nice to know we're getting more levels because it helps with old builds like mine. And this is just for XP leveling if you're under level. There's also the what? It was another one. Was it hunting? No. Results? Yeah, results. So this is for skill points and stat points. You can get extra skill points, extra stat points, and this is for group. I'm talking about like players plus players, another person to another person. If you get another person to group up with you and you guys are tackling bosses, that's how you get this. You need to take first place 10 times. You need to take first place 100 times. Same thing, attack. tanking, and support. So, and then this is for braking. Assisting would be if you causes break. So there's also this too. You could work towards getting more stat points and more skill points for your build. So other players don't show this because like this is an old thing. I'm talking about this is very old when we actually had people. So, but now we don't. Yeah. So emblems or your achievements, some of these will help you. A lot of these will help. Some of them won't. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it about making a build. Pretty much your equipment wise, your stats, your skills, the requirements for the skills, not the weapon. Weapon do not have requirement. The difference between levels and equipment. I think I said this on Reddit once. Who cares about levels when you have godly weapons? Not weapons, godly equipments. You could mow down. You could literally mow enemies down, and you still be level 1. So just that equipments mean a lot. But there would be a point to where like you need to get your levels up and then get your stats. So there's that too. But that's later on in the game, way later. Oh, there's also I think kind of talked about this, the avatar. So the cosmetics. There's this too where people's like where it does help with your build. For me, I have for attack. Some people have it for attack, some people have it for defense. So, and the enchanting also, you have to enchant these. And these are all random too. All this is random. I can show. So I have a lot, but I got one for, this is my main I'm wearing at the moment for damage. I got one for defense. I got one for damage and defense and magic. And more for attack. More attack. And this I'm still working on. Yeah, so there's also that too. This costs time and it costs money. Mostly money. So, but yeah, so you can get that through the orb shop right here, treasure chest. It does cost orbs, which orbs cost money. And there are events to where you get free orbs, an orb shard. So, and tickets too. There's that. What's another thing that we need to be talk about builds? Oh right. Another very important thing I actually do hate about certain builds that people make, and it's elements. So for me, I have 100% of my weapons. Every build I make would never have element on it because I fucking hate doing the elemental builds. Why? It costs time, it costs money, it costs inventory, so much. Secondly, elemental builds are for those who understand the enemy, who understands the boss. Unlike me, I understand the boss, but I'm not going to make a build entirely just for that one boss. I'm going to make a build that I can take from this boss and go around, go through 10 different bosses, 20, 100 bosses, and not be affected. So actually, yeah. So for me, you don't see any elements. No elements, none whatsoever. I am a non-elemental build for various reasons, because I'm not gonna spend the time about it. A lot of people, when you go look at builds on YouTube, they're gonna say, yeah, use this element with it. Yeah, that's useless. It takes time, it takes money, and I'll show you. do the consignment board, or they call it the consignment board, or they just call it CB for short. And you look at weapons. Look at katana, small user. There's this. I'm gonna look at 2. Look at that. Light element, more damage to dart. But now it's only effective against 1 element, and you have less damage now. You have less crit damage, less crit rate, and you don't have attack plus 10. What about a stat boost? Same with this, right? No, see, this is good, but this is actually bad stats because this is a plus 3. So that's actually pretty low. Is there another one? Right there. Earth element, more damage to wind, but you have less damage to everything else because, well, no less crit damage, less crit rate, also less stats too. You got more plus 10 attack, but there's no stat here. Oh, this is a blacksmithing weapon right here. This is okay. Some people like this. I think it's okay. I use it for blacksmith. I just look at that. This right here. See, this is good because you have attack. Like the other one, yeah, you want more crit damage here if you were looking at crit. But yeah, because you have right here now dex. Increase your dex by 10%. So, but if you had went with an elemental and they didn't have that, you would just have a crit rate of 25, crit damage of 21, and attack plus 10%. And you get extra damage against 1 element. So if you're into that, you're into making multiple builds with a buttload of spina, a buttload of time and space. And then it's like, yeah, man, you go ahead and make that build, you know. For me, I'm non-elemental. I like making one build going all the way to the end. Why? Because I am lazy, and I don't have the time, nor do I have the amount of money that most people have, because it takes time to make spine at the moment. How much do I have? I got 881 mil at the moment. That's all gonna go into blacksmithing. That's gonna go into making other stuff, building the rest of my equipment up and stuff like that. And we're about to have the anniversary too. I think the next anniversary event is next month, so we're gonna have that. I'm gonna make equipment during that month. So yeah, so if you want to make an elemental build, there's that too. I just don't like it. So oh yeah, I showed the skill books too. Yeah, there's that too. Because I know a lot of builds say get this skill line, but like they don't show you where you can get the skill line and how much it actually costs. So say you want the dark book, right? The dark book, which everybody always recommend. I do recommend it too, but it's costly. If you don't do it during the event, you can come to consignment board, the CB board, yeah, CB, and you don't have to look at here. Go back, click all user, click price, enter item name, just click book, and you'll have the book of Magic Warrior, book of Darkness, book of Minstrel, book of Dancer, book of Ninja, and book of Unarmed. These are currently the skill line that are not in the library, and these are event skill lines that we got during certain events. So Magic Warrior is the, as it says, the Magic Swordsman. The Book of Darkness is the one that everybody always say to go get. It's the Dark skill line that I just showed. I already forgot half of what's called. The Minstrel is the Bard skill, where you play the you're able to play the instrument and pretty much be a support. Dancer is a support as well. The Ninja book, as it says, it is a ninja. It allows you to do ninjutsu and craft ninjutsu scrolls, which is a sub weapon with actives and passive skills, which I will show you in a bit. The unarmed, as this is actually a interesting skill line. I'm still currently working on it, where you're not using any weapon. Your primary and sub weapon, nothing. There's nothing there, and you're just pretty much punching the enemies. So it does suck. If you actually try to do it and you only did like 1 to 0 damage, this actually takes that away. So you can actually use up all your mana, or it says chakra, and it uses all of that to become damage. It becomes a flat static damage, so which is great. So yeah, so that's where you get those skill books. And actually, let me show you just how much they are. Magic Warrior. Oh, it dropped. Holy crap. Oh man, there must be a lot of bots. So Magic Warrior on your 6/6. We must have a lot of bots farming. Holy crap. Yeah. Look all the way. Yeah. This isn't everything that's on here. You actually have to be very specific when you type. There's like probably millions in here. But yeah, so yeah, right now 166,000. Yeah. Magic Warrior. Darkness. Darkness is almost 2 mil. Well, I would say is that 2 mil exactly. Yeah. Book of Darkness 2 mil. Minstrel 2 mil. This is actually a great skill because there's a skill in here that has must have for everybody. I'm not gonna say it's a must have for you because it's a combo skill kind of thing. Dancer 239, which is strange enough more than Magic Warrior. Ninja 600. Unarmed 1 million. Oh crap! What? This is 500 when I went and bought it. Oh crap! What happened? Shit. Yeah, this is the problem with having bots. Yeah, the market prices change drastically, but I will always support the bots in this game because mobs are unique to the player. Bosses are unique to the player. Everything is unique to you. With the exception of when you go into a party and you're a party with players. Not AIs, but bots. Or just you and other players, other people. That is the exception. And then the market board is everybody's use. It's everybody use it, everybody buys from it. And it's from all servers. If you click all users, it's from all servers. If you don't click it from all users, you just click that. There's only one person selling it on my server. On the server I am on right now, there's only one person selling it. And they're selling for 1 mil. 1.3. There's also, if you're in a guild, you can see anybody in your guild selling it. Match case. It's just it's pretty much matching the name to be more specific. So yeah, so there's that. And then the ninjutsu. There's also this. You get if you want to be a ninja build or an assassin, because this also works for assassin too. So there's this. They're all different. So you got dark, fire, metal, wind, lightning, water, earth. You got that. You got that. It's all different. So, and these are crafted too. You crafted through the ninja class, ninja skill line. So, and the skill line would depend on you, the player. You can check online to see what not online. Yeah, online. You can check online to see what the how people made their builds, or ask how a certain build is better, or ask how a certain skill is better than the other. But there's that too. There's also ask which weapon is better. So and I will say, as um as someone who actually makes a lot of builds for testing, just to see what I can do, since this has a lot of freedom with builds. Um, I would never say the cheapest build. I would never say the most expensive. I would say there's a difference. There's a huge there are lines difference between crafted and non-crafted. If you want to make a build and you don't have Spina, you can go farm enemies. You could go farm enemies for the materials. Sometimes they drop equipment. So, like the like this sword right here, the area spada. A lot of people like the sword. Sadly, this sword is it can be dropped and it can be crafted, but people like it because it looks like this. So, but if you want it and you want the look or you want the stats, you can craft it at a blacksmith. You can go farm enemies until it drops. So, if you cannot make it as a player. You can craft it as a player, but you will not be able to craft these stats that's on here. So it would actually just be it would be similar to this. It would be completely green. Completely green. I can show. Proof. Right here. No, not you. I need a right here, yeah. This is a crafted weapon. This is the 7th anniversary sword. If you had crafted this through the blacksmith, there would be stats here. Let's see if there was a. Yeah, actually, let me just type in the area. What was the weapon called again? Spada. Yeah. Price. Let's just look at name or appearance. I think appearance. Area Spada. Where is it? Name now. Okay, yeah, so look up the name. Yeah, people craft it. You can craft it, but it won't have any stats. You have to have a blacksmith be able to put stats on it for you, and that's through a player. Now that they're selling for 60,000. You can get this weapon for like 100 spina through the blacksmith. You just gotta go farm the material. Secondly, it becomes more expensive if there's a slot. You can get the slot through chance through dropping from a monster or through the blacksmith. They will have a chance to give you the first slot. The second slot requires you to actually spend some money and play some RNG in it. So there's that. So by having one slot is better. Having one slot is great. Yeah, look at that. At 2 slots there, 3 million, 7 million. This person's selling a 1. That better be a good item. So just to say, you don't have to spend a shit ton of spina just to make a build. If you want to make a build and you don't have spina for it, or if you do but you don't want to spend, you can go farm a monster for it. Farm an enemy, farm a boss. If not, you can craft it through you can either craft it through the player and have your own stats, or craft it through the blacksmith and have the base stats. So one or the other. Same thing with armor. Same thing with the equipment. Same thing with the rings, the attachments, stuff like that. All that can be crafted. All that can be dropped. with the exception of the X-Tall. X-Talls are drops only, so you will have to farm from that, and it just takes very long time. Very long time. Um, unless you have Spina or you are able to make Spina, you just buy off the board because you gotten tired of farming, and then he's like, you know what, I have money, I just buy it. So yeah, because the most expensive, the cheapest X-Tall is like a couple hundred Spina. The most expensive I've seen was like 5 million. That's like newest and rarest X-Talls. So, and when I say X-Tall, I'm talking about like the Krista here, this stuff. So, you have to farm these. They only come in drops, or you can buy them from the market when people sell it. So yeah, so I think that's all for builds. I'm probably missing a few things. I'm talking way too long and I've been off track multiple times. But yeah, so every build in this game is unique. You are free to make any build, practically any build in this game. So there is no better build because the game isn't finished. There's just the current build. And there is no best build. They're just current builds. The game isn't finished. The game is still updating. There are still a lot of new stuff being put in. New enemies, new equipment, new levels, new locations. So, and new skills. There's that too. So there's just the current build. With the exception of if you want to look at the past build where people were doing it like me, the Boltana, the Milk Churro, or the P Avatar weapons. There are specific weapons from the past that are still making it to today, that are still fantastic. So those builds require a lot more detail. So, but with the current builds, if you are a new player, it's better to go with the current build. If not with the current build, go look at builds and see what you like, and then start off small from there. So, because a lot of builds I've seen, they said the cheapest is like you're looking at a few millions. It's pretty hard making Spina at the moment. So, is making 10,000? There's 2 ways you can make 10,000. No, 3 ways you can make 10,000. So, but making Spina is gonna be on another episode. I've been seeing a lot of people mistaken ways to make Spina. Sucks, but yeah. So I think that's all I have for. Oh wait, no, a last thing. Potions. I do not use potions. When people talk about making potions or taking potions, potion costs a lot too. So, if you have an apothecary reagent player that gets synthesized, that's free, but you still have to craft, find the stuff to craft. So there's also these potions they talk about, like getting the attack potions. Oh, I'm not looking at that. Getting attack speed, attack damage, magic attack, unsheath, all these stuff. So there's also the defense too. So I don't take any of that because I'm too lazy. So I'm talking about it now because there are people who there are builds that says take this, or go to your land and then eat a certain food, or go to someone else's land and eat a certain food. But it's like that also costs Spina to make. So not only that, a lot of new players don't even have that. So you actually have to buy land in this game. You actually have to buy land. Yeah, but when you go to your land, it's not even there. You actually have to buy it first. Unless they change that. Then, yeah. And making food costs a lot of materials. You can also buy potions here too, but they're expensive. So, The Ox is, I'm not gonna say it's the cheapest way, but I'm gonna say is there is another way to do your builds, and that's to farm. If you don't want to farm, you can go ahead and whale on through, but if you don't have Spina, you won't be able to buy everything. So if you want to make a build, look at builds, look at other people's builds, and then go from there. Just look at it. Don't immediately go, oh, I don't have the Spina for that. What's the cheapest? And then they're gonna show you like something that's like a few millions, but you don't have a few million. You probably have like a couple thousands. So I already said you can go and farm mobs, bosses. They drop equipment. They drop Krista. They drop stuff. So a build isn't all about having Spina. It's about how creative one can get with what opportunity you have. Because the builds in this game, there is no limit to it. There is no limit. So yeah, I'm already forgetting half the stuff. But that's all I'm gonna talk about because I'm already at an hour and 21 minutes. So I'm probably missing a lot. But I just want to say like talk about builds because I've seen a lot of people talking about builds like what's the best and stuff like that. It's like no, that's an OG. No, that's not how we should do. That's not how you should think. Yeah. So, well, you do see this video. Look at it as an opportunity to see that there are different builds out there, old and new, and better. To some that are good, too cheap, too expensive, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's about it. So I'm just here talking about build, rambling. No, not talking, rambling. That's what I'm doing, rambling. So there's that. But yeah, so it's also if you see me and you need help trying to get some things, no, you need help with bosses if you're farming for a build or trying to go through the game. You see my character Tonberry. I was originally called Senpai's D. I changed it to Tonberry. Someone already had the original Tonberry, so I had the 2 dashes right there. But you see me, you can just go ahead and send a friend request. I'm on. Holy crap! What the hell? Usually we just have one channel. I'm on International Channel 1 and World 4. And it says PC environment. So do be careful you're playing on this because this does take up more graphics, so it's going to eat up more battery. So yeah. So I'm on here, International World 4 and Channel 1. You see me, go ahead and send the friend request. I'll accept it. My character for Mercenary to help you would be a tank. So this is gonna have high defense, high HP, high resistance. I made it to with. It's not a perfect build. I'm still working on it, but it was made to withstand the current end boss at the moment. The end bosses, the bullshit they throw at you so much. So it's made to withstand that. So yeah. So you see me, send a friend request. And that's all I'm gonna say for this video because I gotta make a video about ways to make Spina later. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I gotta see when I get off work. So yeah, today's Saturday though, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow, but. Well, I'll see. Yeah, that's it for this one. There's a lot of players here. These are all bots. Do not trust that. These are actual players right here. Dude, where's my buttons? Buttons.